Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Leader, legend, icon. In a city where status isn't handed out, Steve Yzerman earned all three of those titles on the ice, wearing the winged wheel.
Steve Yzerman raises the chalice above his head.
When he retired and later went to build a team in Tampa, it felt like we'd lost one of our own. But deep down, we all said someday number 19 will come back. And today, the 19th, is that day.
I'm extremely excited to be back in Detroit with the Red Wings.
The captain, back where he belongs, leading a new era in Hockeytown. Take a live look at the marquee at the Fox Theater tonight.
It says it all in just 2 words. Welcome home. Steve Yzerman officially back with the Red Wings as the team's new general manager, and that is our big story.
Oh yeah, a sign in downtown Detroit years ago once read, Steve Yzerman was born in Cranbrook, British Columbia in 1965. He was adopted by Detroit in 1983.
And today, really feels like a massive victory for Wings fans, and they didn't even play a game. Also, it isn't lost on us that today is 4/19/19. So we have a lot to get to tonight.
Feels right.
Sean Lay following an entire city, buzzing over the news, so we're going to get to him in just a minute.
Yeah, let's start with Jamie Edmonds, who's live at LCA tonight. Jamie?
Hey there, Jason. This is just such a big day for the Detroit Red Wings organization. It feels like one of those game changers for an organization. It was when he was drafted in 1983 by Mike Ilitch. Marian Ilitch was in the room along with several former Red Wings. Chris Ilitch was there, and of course Kenny Holland, who's passing the torch now to Steve Yzerman. This was a great day and a very exciting press conference.
Steve Yzerman. Thank you.
And with that, it was official. Steve Yzerman was officially home.
I'm extremely excited to be back in Detroit.
Hockey's longest-serving captain, one of Detroit's most beloved athletes, was back. Fans are super excited about this, but you were quick to temper their expectations. Why?
Well, I know it takes time.
It will take time, but fans are excited that Stevie Y is back with the winged wheel, and so is he.
One of the unique things about an Original Six franchise, now as I come back, I see the guys that I played with, my friends, and we all go off in different directions with our careers and our families. We're all from different countries, but guys are still around.
And Steve says for Ken Holland to step aside, it just speaks to the kind of guy he is.
He's a good man. He's got a great personality. He's got a positive outlook. And as Chris said, he's very, very, very humble and selfless for someone who has managed a team through basically 4 Stanley Cups and all the great things you would never know it talking to him.
And a lot was made of Stevie Y coming back and how successful he has been in Tampa Bay. Hopefully he can have that same level of success here in Detroit. But he wanted to make sure Ken Holland got his due. Holland has been here for 22 seasons. He's had his hand in several Stanley Cups, President's Trophy, seasons. And Steve says that he's a really good friend of Ken Holland. They were roommates in the Olympics. They talk all the time. So when he stepped down from Tampa Bay, which was a separate situation, because of a family thing here in Detroit, he wanted to be with his family. Ken Holland called him, and it's because he trusted Ken Holland that he said, okay, I'll come back. And when I caught up with Ken Holland, he talked about what a great day this is for the organization.
For me to step aside and Steve move into the chair is a great day. I think it's a great day for Red Wing fans. It's a great day for our ownership. I think it's a great day for all our staff, all our players. He's one of the greatest Red Wing players ever, and more importantly, in his time in Tampa Bay, he has proven to be one of the best general managers in the National Hockey League.
You literally saw, you and Chris, that he stepped down on social media. He's not the GM at Tampa Bay. And what, you cold called him?
This is his home. He's a Red Wing. He loves the Red Wing fans. He's got passion for this team. And I think, we sat and talked, and I wanted to make clear to Steve that I was all on board stepping aside so that Steve could move into the chair to be the general manager of the Red Wings. And we had lots of talks about the team, and ultimately it led to this day.
Last question, I asked him who's going to carry my camera up north, and he's like, not me. So things are a little different between you and me.
I might have some time on my hands, so maybe I'll carry it.
Great, you can be my camera guy.
Okay.
See you in September.
For sure, thank you.
That's a little joke from last fall Red Wings training camp. I was carrying the camera myself, and Ken Holland just wouldn't let that happen. He picked it up. And Steve Yzerman, I don't know if he's going to carry my camera. We'll have to wait and see. Now, Yzerman, tons of success in Tampa. We'll see what he could do here with the Detroit Red Wings. We'll get into that in just a bit. But the town is buzzing. Everyone is so excited about this hire. Let's get out to Sean Lay, who has the fan perspective.
And Jamie, if you just check Twitter one time today, tweets like these, OMG, it is happening. It is happening. Take a look. Here's proof. Famed Fox Theater marquee, welcome home, Steve Yzerman. Look, we know Red Wings fans have been wishing for this for years. They don't have to wish any longer. They are now celebrating the fact that the captain is coming home.
Steve Yzerman got the best talent for this year.
There is only one topic on Detroit Sports Talk Radio today.
From an unnamed texter, guys, I think free agents are going to be willing to take more of a look at Detroit. Yzerman's a legend. He's a god to Canadians, too. This is enormous.
Everyone wants to talk about the captain coming home. It's a very big deal.
I knew that the phones would be packed and people would be excited. It's more than just a legend coming home.
Well, it's the legacy of Steve Yzerman. I mean, this is a guy who spent his entire NHL career playing with one team, one organization.
One team for 22 years and 3 Stanley Cups. How big is this homecoming? Detroit fashion designer Ty Mopkins.
It's very exciting because it's like a family member that comes back home.
He's already getting calls to design a special throwback Steve Yzerman starter jacket.
But now all of a sudden it's just like, I'm getting the demands already. My inbox, my emails, everybody want Red Wing stuff all over again too. As soon as I heard the news, I said I got to hurry and get to the office of Mr. Allen's and create a new starter jacket. You know, with the excitement of Yzerman coming back, it's like the prodigal son returns home.
Back here live, take a look at this. You know, coming up at 6 o'clock, we're going to show you, not just fans are excited, they're also snapping up Steve Yzerman memorabilia. That link now to the future Red Wings, to the past great champion Red Wings led by Steve Yzerman. We're also going to talk to a person we believe we found is the most excited Red Wings fan in all of Metro Detroit. Jamie, one fan put it this way: this is exactly the shot in the arm the Red Wings needed. Back to you.
Oh, absolutely, Sean. The Red Wings are rebuilding still, but to have this guy come in, I talked to Darren McCarty, and he said these kids will trust this guy right off the bat. There's no getting to know him, and that could be really good when it comes to hockey. Now, Steve Yzerman comes with a lot of history. Let's talk about it. The numbers game. We did some digging today and uncovered some stats on Steve Yzerman's career. Let's start with his time on 608 losses and 210 ties. Now let's look at his time as GM in Tampa. He won 340 games, lost 222 in that role. Now the interesting thing here is his winning percentage has been higher as a general manager, so we're hoping that trend only continues from here on out. Now, of course, that he's the general manager of the Red Wings. Now, you mentioned it earlier. It's April 19th, 2019. I asked that question in the press conference. Do you believe in fate? And he's like, not really. He didn't really know that that was even a thing until his daughters told him this morning. He said he's going to get down to business, start working right away. But hey, if there's some luck involved, he'll take it.
Yeah.
Jason, Karen, back to you.
It feels right, doesn't it?
It really does.
I don't think his jerseys have ever stopped selling, but after today, you get a sense that they might just really take off again.
Oh, for sure. And I think Jimmy brought up a good point. It's that trust. He's coming back here. The fans trust him and the athletes, and that's going to make a big difference.
Absolutely. Ever since the story broke, by the way, reaction has been pouring in on our Local 4 Facebook page.
There has been hundreds of comments, and this is what's strange. Every single one of them positive. That doesn't happen.
Ever. That never happens. Here's a couple of them, by the way. Linda says, best news of the day. We need Steve back here in Detroit where he belongs. Welcome home.
And Kevin says experience is what builds championships. What better way to convey hard work and teamwork than a man who truly exemplifies that?
And our web team's been posting great content all day on Stevie Y's big return. It includes insight on how his time in Tampa prepared him to return home to Detroit. And I'll tell you what, I dare you not to tear up when you check out a tribute to the captain that we put together in 2002, right after the Wings won the Cup. You can find all the links right on the homepage.
Our coverage is far from over. Much more reaction ahead in sports at 5:30. And then at 6, we'll introduce you to who just may be the most excited Red Wings fan in town.
The two big things that people may not realize here is Yzerman's legit. He went to Tampa and really built a successful program. And for Ken Holland to kind of graciously step out of the way after some down years for the Wings says a lot about him.
Most definitely a man with class, but he sees the direction and he sees what he can bring to not only the Red Wings, but really our city.
Steve's mentor.
Welcome home, Steve.
New at 5.
He thought he was going to die. Ahead here at 5, how a gas station clerk fought for his life. Now he's sharing an important message he hopes every other clerk will hear. Andrew.
And Kara, we're still looking at cloudy skies overhead, rain down to our south, more of it on the way here. When does it arrive? And what about your Easter weekend forecast? All that coming up in just minutes.
And Andrew, a very big development in the ongoing Flint water legal battle. And this one, good news for those living in Flint. I'll break down what happened in court in my Help Me Hank report right after the break.
All right, Hank, but first, an argument at a Detroit shoe store got so out of hand, it left a man dead. That's next.
Step of the way.
New at 6.
There have been coyote sightings every now and then around Metro Detroit, but this is a new one. At 6 o'clock, you'll hear from the Macomb County homeowner who came face to face with this wild animal at the front door.
It was chaos today at a strip mall on the city's east side.
A fight inside a shoe store spilled out into the parking lot. Then a man was shot and killed. We've just learned 2 people are being questioned in this case. The shooting happened at the Villa Shoe Store on 7 Mile and Gratiot. As Larry Sproul reports, this was all over a pair of shoes.
Police say the argument started inside the store, but somehow spread outside. That's where the shooting happened. But I gotta tell you, this entire area is covered with cameras, and more than likely the shooting was caught on camera as well.
Right now, we're still looking at the cameras in the area. We're going to follow every lead possible and make sure that we catch this person.
You can see this gun on the ground outside this Villa clothing store. It's a part of another crime scene in Metro Detroit. Police tape surround this Villa clothing store on 7 Mile and Gratiot. Police say 2 men started arguing inside. Witnesses say the argument was over shoes.
Just shocked. Can't believe it. Like, I don't understand it.
Taja Torrance still lost for words after hearing her nephew, Dale Johnson, was shot and killed Friday morning outside the clothing store. She remembers her last moments of her nephew.
He was always smiling. You know, my dad almost just died, and he was there to, to hold me and calm me down. He was just an all-around good guy. He was a family guy.
Now Johnson's family is looking for justice.
To anybody, if you've seen anything, can you please come forward? He didn't deserve this.
And so again, police are questioning 2 people in this case. Meanwhile, earlier today, they said that the suspect was wearing gray jogging pants. He drove an older version of a Grand Marquis, a white version with a red roof on the top. We're live tonight. Larry Sproul, Local 4.
All right, Larry, there are major developments tonight also in the Flint water crisis.
A major lawsuit filed by Flint residents just cleared a major hurdle. Let's bring in consumer investigator Hank Winchester. He joins us now with that decision.
And Karen, Jason, this is a copy of the judge's decision. Came down late yesterday afternoon. Basically, the residents of Flint now have an opportunity to go after the EPA, saying that they were greatly affected by the tainted water.
A new twist in the ongoing Flint water crisis and another win for Flint residents in court. A federal judge ruling the lawsuit brought against the EPA by Flint residents can move forward. The EPA was working to have that case tossed out of court. U.S. District Judge Linda Parker, in her ruling released Thursday, said Congress intended to leave the primary responsibility for overseeing public water systems with the states, but expressly directed the EPA to intervene under specified conditions. The question now, when did the EPA realize Flint was a danger? If you follow the email trail, investigators will tell you the information was being passed by EPA officials in the summer of 2015, but a warning was not issued until 2016. You may remember another judge ruled the case against former Governor Rick Snyder can also move forward. This case again brought by Flint residents eager for justice in the ongoing water crisis.
And the attorney representing the plaintiffs in the case said it is a great day for the people of Flint. You can read the judge's opinion on our website, clickondetroit.com, and I'll keep you updated as this case moves forward. Karen?
All right, thank you, Hank. Fiat-Chrysler recalling 320,000 Dodge Darts. The recall involved all cars from model years 2013 through 2016 with 6-speed automatic transmission. Recall vehicles could unexpectedly roll away because of a part that could cause the shifter cable to detach from the transmission. Owners are advised to shut off the engine and use the parking brake until they can get this fixed. So far, there are no reports of any related crashes or injuries.
Well, we're celebrating Passover tonight and Easter on Sunday. We got a lot to keep an eye on out there for people traveling.
That's right. Friends and relatives who are visiting or folks that might be going. We're looking at calm, dry conditions for now.
Take that.
That's right, but it is chilly out there, and take it or not, we do have to deal with it, right? We have temperatures that are in the low 40s. Fortunately, no rain appearing as of yet, but more is on the way. Down to our south, we have an area of low pressure that is moving this way. You can see that circulation, that spin in the atmosphere, causing thunderstorm concerns throughout the Carolinas, Virginia, and farther to the south in Florida. That system is going to make its way in our direction. Doesn't mean severe thunderstorms for tonight, but it does get wetter, especially toward midnight and afterward for our Saturday. For right now, we're looking at cloudy skies, and we need our jackets and coats in order to stay warm. We've got a chilly 43 degrees over at the airport, overcast skies, a wind of 17 miles per hour, making it feel like it's around freezing or even a bit lower. Passover this evening, sunset is at 8:19. We also have Good Friday ceremonies that are still going on as well. Whether you're headed to and from services or sitting down to dinner, make sure you bundle up also. Temperatures continue to retreat mostly into the low 40s down to about 40 degrees by the end of the night tonight. Over the weekend, guess what? By Easter Sunday, we've got sunshine coming back. Here's a sneak peek at both Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, the wetter day out of the two. Rainy, chilly, and breezy, just like today. Temperatures only in the middle and upper 40s. But milder weather comes back for our Sunday. Sunrise just before 6:45 a.m. We're looking at 65 for a high by Easter Sunday afternoon. And we're going to love to see that the sunshine, right? We're looking at 39 right now for our friends over in Port Huron, 42 over in Ann Arbor. It is chilly all around, folks, and temperatures barely budge but decrease slightly overnight. And yes, you guessed it, much colder than yesterday, by the tune of 31 degrees over in Port Huron. Add to that a wind out of the north, eventually out of the northeast. You've got flood concerns along Lake Huron and along Lake Erie. So heads up once again for residents and travelers near the lakeshore. Make sure you try to get to higher ground or stay away from the lakeshore because that wind is going to make the water come up on the land. Here's the rain that moves in overnight tonight. Now on Saturday, it'll be soggy, especially in the morning. You can see the areas of yellow and red indicating the heavier rain. Remember, if you're traveling, especially driving, you come across any high standing water, make sure you turn around, don't drown. We don't want any accidents out there, just find an alternate route. Eventually, this area of low pressure breaks down, moves away. That's why we'll see sunnier skies for Easter Sunday itself. 38 degrees overnight. Sunset this evening is at 8:19. Those clouds produce raindrops by midnight and afterward. For our Saturday, it'll be wet, especially in the morning, but drier for Easter Sunday, 65 for a high. Of course, we got Pistons playoff basketball as well. A little rain on Saturday night, but by Monday evening, high temperatures around 70 degrees on Monday. And look at that, generally mild with highs in the 60s, lows in the 40s and 50s through much of next week with more sunshine returning.
Finally, where we're supposed to be.
Thank you, Andrew. We'll send it over to Doc McGeorge.
Spring allergies are kicking up, but there's a number of viruses making the rounds too. I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Coming up, I'll show you what's going around near you.
Okay, Doc, but first, why Baker College has suddenly pulled the plug on its big plans for a central campus in Ferndale. That's next.
A Baker College plan to build a Ferndale campus is no more.
Yeah, one of the main reasons for the decision is traffic and the lack of parking space in downtown Ferndale. Residents there also raised concerns at city council meetings about the project's timeline and the school's reputation. The college was set to break ground this summer to start classes in the fall of 2020. Right now, the school has not said what other locations it's considering. There was a pair of attempted break-ins at pharmacies this morning.
The first in Lathrop Village, and that's where a pharmacy was successfully broken into on Southfield Road, just south of 12 Mile. This happened about 4:30 in the morning. Not currently known exactly what was taken from inside. and officers are investigating tonight. Moving to Detroit's east side, a car drove into the back of another pharmacy. This happened about 7 this morning on East Warren and Berkshire. While the car did damage to the back of that building, police say the suspect wasn't able to get in.
2 men and 1 woman have been charged in connection to shots being fired at ATF agents on Detroit's east side Monday afternoon. Damishaw Few, Aaron Shooks, and Kevin Young all face various charges ranging from carrying a concealed weapon in a car to assault with intent to murder. On Monday, ATF agents say they followed a speeding car around Detroit's east side while agents followed. 2 armed men were dropped off at various locations, with 1 opening fire at the agents. Eventually, all the suspects were arrested by Detroit police.
New at 5:30.
I know many of you are on Facebook, and I also know many of you are concerned about what information Facebook is sharing about you. That's why I'm teaming up with security experts to show you what you can do right now to make sure your private information remains private.
The Muller report is out, but Democrats want more, and today they're taking action to get it.
A gas station clerk attacked on camera comes forward. Why he's sharing his story now and the message he says every clerk needs to hear.
They often say they feel like sitting ducks. Tonight, a Detroit gas station attendant attacked in this horrifying video is sharing his story, and he has a very important message. Just last week, we told you about a clerk who was stabbed by a man trying to shoplift a box of candy bars.
And it's that attack and others that has one clerk now coming forward to share his own story from 2017 as a warning to others. Larry Spruill spoke to him today.
It's a dangerous job, yes it is.
That's really the only way Tarek Salah describes working at a gas station. Salah worked at this Sunoco gas station on Greenfield in 2017 when a customer started yelling and demanding free stuff. The suspect left but returned later while Salah was outside talking to his friend.
I thought that, it was over with, and come to find out, it snuck up from behind me and he was saying, what's up, I saw something chrome and I instantly knew either that was a knife or a gun, so that's when I reacted.
Salah is seen on this video punching the suspect multiple times, both falling on the ground. That's when he was able to grab the gun. When working at a gas station, the safest place to be is behind the glass. And the most common mistake is coming from behind the glass into the common area.
I just wanted to show people to be aware, not to come out from behind the counter. Many things can happen. You stay behind the counter, call the cops, or try to de-escalate it as much as possible, but do not come out from behind that counter.
That's the message he wants to share with other clerks after hearing multiple stories about customers attacking gas station employees. He says it's always better to be safe than sorry.
I got lucky, real lucky,
And so he says, obviously, the natural thing is to protect yourself by coming from behind the counter. But he says the most safest thing is to simply call 911 and to have a description of your attacker. We're live tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
All right. Thank you, Larry. Jason?
The redacted Muller report is out. And while President Trump and his team are celebrating parts of it and are ready to move on, Democrats not so much. Blaine Alexander brings us up to speed on today's developments.
Well, Jason, Democrats are emboldened. They are zeroing in on the report and what it has to say around obstruction specifically, and that's giving them new political fuel. Now they're taking new steps today to see everything that Mueller uncovered.
448 redacted pages now public, but House Democrats demanding more, issuing subpoenas for special counsel Robert Mueller's full Russia report without redactions.
Because this is what we got. This is a big part of what the American people got, and we deserve more. We deserve the full report.
Some House Republicans slamming the action, one calling it wildly overbroad. While Mueller did not accuse President Trump of any criminal wrongdoing, the redacted report, released by Attorney General William Barr, details the president's repeated attempts to impede the investigation. For some Democrats, renewing talk of impeachment.
We certainly need to continue the investigative work to determine, are there other ways this president is compromised, or are there other offenses that rise to the level of removal from office?
From President Trump's camp, a different take. While his attorneys decided not to release a written rebuttal, for now, President Trump had plenty to say on Twitter, using an expletive to describe some statements about him in Mueller's report, calling them fabricated and totally untrue. Watch out for people that take so-called notes, he tweeted, when the notes never existed until needed. As Washington braces for a new fight, elsewhere, signs of Mueller fatigue.
If this is the last day we in the media are talking about Bob Mueller, would that be all right with y'all?
Absolutely. It would be great if we just quit looking and start moving on.
Instead, the battle moving to a new phase.
And House Democrats don't just want that report. They want to see every piece of evidence that Mueller gathered over his nearly 2 years on the job, and they want to see it by May 1st. That's the same day that Barr is set to appear on Capitol Hill, his first of 2 days of testimony. In Washington, I'm Blaine Alexander, Local 4.
All right, Blaine. At least 4 people have died as extreme weather moves through several southern states.
Those intense storms spawned some tornadoes, knocked trees into homes, blew over cars even, and caused some roads to flood. The city of Morton, Mississippi hit especially hard. Listen to a woman describe the terrifying moment the storm hit her home.
There was a loud noise and then the house started shaking and it was horrible. I thought I was going to die.
The damaging winds and flash floods are expected to continue into the night, and that's causing travel trouble on a busy holiday weekend. The storms in Atlanta are expected to cause airport delays across the country.
Today, investigators are finally assessing the damage from Monday's massive fire at Notre-Dame Cathedral. Investigators are still looking for the exact cause, but they do believe it may have been a possible electrical short circuit. They're also assessing the safety of the rest of the cathedral as the rebuilding process now expected to start very soon. French President Emmanuel Macron wants Notre-Dame to be rebuilt in 5 years. So far, more than $1 billion has already been pledged to help in the rebuild.
Tomorrow is a somber anniversary in Colorado as it marks 20 years since the attack at Columbine High School.
Ceremonies, memorials, all planned this weekend to honor the victims as well as survivors as the community continues 2 decades of healing. It was April 20th, 1999. 2 students walked into the school and opened fire, killing 12 students and a teacher. And for survivors and families of the victims, moving on still comes one day at a time.
You can move on. But when people say, have you gotten over it? No, you'll never get over it, but you can move on.
At the time, Columbine was the worst mass school shooting America had ever seen. In good health tonight, spring allergies are kicking up, but local doctors are seeing lots of viruses as well.
And that includes many cases of the flu. Our Dr. Frank McGeorge here to show us what's going around.
The CDC confirmed this is one of the longest flu seasons we've seen in a while, and it's not over yet. Now, while flu is definitely decreasing, lots of local doctors are still seeing new cases coming in. Here's what's going around where you live. In Wayne County, Beaumont doctors in Detroit, Wayne, and Taylor are all still seeing cases of flu. Henry Ford pediatricians are treating kids with flu, plus stomach viruses and hand, foot, and mouth disease. The CVS Miniclinic in Wyandotte reports spring allergies, pink eye, and strep throat. Moving to Oakland County, Beaumont Royal Oak is treating kids in the ER with flu, stomach viruses, and asthma flare-ups. Clarkson Medical Group is also seeing some flu, plus colds, spring allergies, and strep throat. West to Washtenaw County, doctors at U of M are still seeing children suffering from the flu, but cases do seem to be slowing in adults there. Stomach viruses are also an issue, and a big increase in outdoor injuries when the weather is nice. Heading to Monroe County, the ER at ProMedica Monroe Regional is seeing gastrointestinal illnesses and asthma problems related to weather changes. Dr. Anthony Songo reports some flu, plus upper respiratory infections and spring allergy symptoms. Over to Livingston County, Ascension Medical Center in Howell is treating stomach viruses and sinus infections this week. Finally, in Macomb County, Dr. James Larkin at McLaren Macomb is still seeing some confirmed cases of the flu and issues related to asthma and spring allergies. Lots of children are suffering allergy and asthma symptoms at the Henry Ford Medical Center in Sterling Heights, plus some croup and viral rashes with fever. Now, spring allergies are only going to get worse. If you aren't getting relief for your symptoms from over-the-counter remedies, be sure to talk to your doctor about other options before the pollen really gets going. Back to you.
We are not far from the start of Passover. The Jewish holiday starts tonight at sundown. It's an 8-day holiday that marks the exodus of the Jewish people from slavery more than 3,000 years ago. Passover ends next Saturday night.
And of course, the big news we've been covering today is Steve Yzerman returning to Hockeytown as the new general manager. It became official today. We've got a lot more coverage, and Jamie's out at LCA tonight. Hey, Jamie.
Hey there, Jason. Check out the sign behind me welcoming the new general manager to town. We'll hear from Stevie Y Next in sports.
Four people from Ann Arbor who are colorblind met up today to try on these glasses to see specific colors for the very first time. We'll show you their reactions.
Concerns about your privacy and Facebook selling your personal information to advertisers. Well, now I'm teaming up with security experts to show you what you can do to make sure that doesn't happen to you.
Call Sam.
New at 6.
A man police say was hopping from one motel to another running a sex trafficking operation is busted in Macomb County. That was just the tip of the iceberg in terms of his alleged crimes.
Plus, we don't think we've ever said this, but a pothole did something really useful. In fact, it might have saved a life. Find out how at 6 in Good Health.
Facebook security concerns creating lots of problems for some who use the site to try to connect with their family and their friends.
Many now worry what you like, post, and share could be used by companies to target and track you. But the good news is you have the power to limit what could be shared or stolen. Consumer investigator Hank Winchester joins us. And Hank, this says a lot of people thinking about this and a lot of people worried.
Yeah, people are concerned about who's taking your personal information and exactly what they're doing with it. That's why I sat down with a trusted local security expert. He shows us what you should be doing right now to make sure your personal information remains private.
Facebook, used by hundreds of millions around the world, a way for us to connect, stay in touch. But is it a way for Facebook to learn more about us, share that information to gain influence and profit?
The newly released information shows Facebook executives wanted to figure out how to tap information about us and use it as leverage with other companies.
In newly released documents, Facebook executives accused of using our likes, our shares, our information with other companies like Amazon. A move to track our purchases and possibly our beliefs. The goal? To learn more about you and then target you with specific ads.
One thing they have that's very valuable is your data. And your data can be sold to other people, their vendors, their partners, the apps that have assigned themselves with Facebook.
Matt Loria is a security expert with Oxium Security.
There's ways to limit how much data is shared, but I mean, if you really wanted to protect your data fully, you'd want to get off the grid, as you say.
If you want to keep your Facebook account but limit your exposure or lessen your chances of information being sold, the most important thing you can do, limit your likes. If you like a particular store, a clothing brand, even an airline, you run the risk of being targeted.
One of the things that Facebook does is they offer a service that makes it really easy to log into other apps. So maybe that's Etsy or maybe that's Yelp or something along those lines where it says, log in with your Facebook, log in with your Google. And so when you agree to log in with that, sure, it makes it very easy for you as the user to get logged into that service. But what it's doing is it's actually really allowing that app to see all of the information that Facebook has for you.
So even though you're not on Facebook, whatever you like on Etsy is being stored with Facebook because you used it to log into that other account. And when it comes to pictures,
so there's metadata in your photos that basically shows you the GPS coordinates of where you're located when you took that picture.
If you're posting photos on vacation, wait until the trip is over so your exact location can't be tracked. It's also a good time to go into your security settings and make sure you link your Facebook account with a separate email not associated with work. Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg feeling the heat now to keep your information private, but in the meantime, you need to take control.
And it was my mistake, and I'm sorry. I started Facebook, I run it, and I'm responsible for what happens here.
I know that was a lot of information. So what we're going to do is we're going to post that story on the Help Me Hank page of clickondetroit.com. I think one of the interesting points there was when you do go to a website like Etsy, you're a big Etsier.
I am.
If you are doing that from the Facebook homepage and logging on, remember now they're both tracking everything you do. So you just have to be careful.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people wonder and worry if Facebook is really committed to making these changes.
Yeah, and you heard Zuckerberg there. That was when he was testifying before Congress. Of course, at that point, when you're before Congress, you're saying you're doing doing everything he can to make sure it's really up to all of us to make sure that we're taking the steps to make sure our stuff is private.
A lot of us every day, more and more, want to just delete it altogether.
Yeah, I enjoy it though. I like the Facebook. You like Facebook?
I'm not on Facebook.
You are. Yeah.
Well, we have to be for work a little bit. And
I am, like my page. All right, thanks, guys.
By the way, are they really called Etsiers?
Etsiers.
She's an Etsier.
Okay. Yeah,
Big
admitted Etsier.
All right, we're broken.
It's shopping.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's won 11 straight days now and is breaking Jeopardy records every night. James Holzhauer, who I don't think has liked Hank's Facebook page yet, is on a tear.
Yep, he sure is. He's won more than $750,000, and this is all by betting big on daily doubles and Final Jeopardy. His strategy comes from his day job. He's a professional gambler in Las Vegas, and each night he gives a shout out to someone Alex Trebek says he's going to run out of people eventually to say hi to. And you can watch Jeopardy tonight on Local 4 coming up at 7:30.
You'd think he has to, at some point, his big betting is going to cost him, right?
Right,
can't be that
or
aggressive.
what do they say? Your streak is eventually going to have to come to an end, right?
He's fun to watch, though, that's for sure. Well, let's get back to our big story today. Jamie is out live for sports at LCA tonight, where they're welcoming number 19 back on the 19. Hey,
Hi, Jamie.
Hey there, guys. Yes, this Red Wings organization betting on Steve Yzerman to bring this organization back to glory. He was named officially as the general manager today, just after 3 o'clock.
It's time to hear from the new executive vice president and general manager of the Detroit Red Wings, Steve Yzerman.
Thank you.
Now, this move has been rumored for a long time. Stevie Y is beloved here. He spent his entire career here, 3 Stanley Cups. Plus, he was having success as the general manager somewhere else in Tampa Bay. Today, Yzerman said first he made the decision to step down as the general manager there, and then he got a call from the Red Wings last month in March, and he says he couldn't be happier with how things happened.
After we get through today, it's time for me to get to work. There's a lot of work to be done. This organization and this fan base, as you all know, is used to winning and being successful. We got a lot of work to do, and depending on your age, you know that this takes time. We've been through this before. It's up and down for organization. It takes time, and I caution everyone and temper the excitement that this is going to take time.
Okay, so he tempered expectations, but he also took a rebuilding Tampa Bay team and made them a Stanley Cup contender. Now, Stevie Y draws a crowd here, of course, and some former teammates were in the crowd today. Darren McCarty, Chris Draper, they told me they know what Steve Yzerman brings to the table.
Not only does, is Stevie the guy that, makes you a better hockey player, but more importantly, a better person. And, just sitting up there, you can see it. You can see, the passion that he has for the Red Wing organization and obviously hockey town in the state of Michigan. And it is an exciting day.
And you just had to be here as a former player and just be a part of it?
I did. Obviously what Drape said, and, obviously personally between us, we all have our personal relationship with Stevie, but the fact of what it means to this team, to the city as a fan, everything's right in the world on this 4/19/19.
Big day here at Little Caesars Arena, of course. Now, switching gears to basketball, Michigan State's and Big Ten Player of the Year Cassius Winston decided to stay. Nick Ward, by the way, decided to enter the NBA draft. Speaking of the NBA, the Pistons practice here amongst all this hoopla. They're down 0-2 in their series, but they will host the first playoff game in this building. And head coach Dwayne Casey says, what do they have to lose?
It's not like we're out there afraid or whatever. We have nothing to lose. That should be our attitude going in, to fight, scratch, and claw. And we did that, it's sad to say, 1/4 of the last game. So we got to develop that mentality for 4 quarters.
Now, I had a little fun with Wayne Ellington today. I asked him, do you know who Steve Yzerman is? And he kind of said, no. So I back to you.
These kids.
Kids these days. Thanks so much, Jamie. All right, well, Andrew is in now. And Andrew, you're saying we just need to get through like one more day of soggy weather.
That's right. We all know what a good Easter forecast looks like, and we have it coming, but it's on Sunday itself, not the entire holiday weekend. Before that, tonight, speaking of sports, we've got baseball in town. White Sox taking on the Tigers. Now, count on an on-time start because it will be dry, but it'll just be chilly. It still is. We have temperatures in the low 40s, and that's where temperatures will be in the next couple of hours. But be prepared for some sprinkles and some rain showers toward the 5th, 6th inning and for the ride home. Temperatures will be down to around 40 degrees by 11 p.m. You can see we have 40s right now with chilly conditions and rainier conditions down in parts of Indiana and Ohio. This rain is headed our way for later on tonight. That rain arrives as we get closer to 11 p.m. and midnight especially. It remains chilly. Temperatures go down a little bit further, not down to freezing, but into the upper 30s. During your day on Saturday, it will be wet, soggy, especially in the morning. Sunset, by the way, this evening for services and activities. You have Good Friday and Passover. Sunset is at 8:19. Sunrise tomorrow is at 6:45. Rainy. Be prepared for wet weather on your Saturday with highs around 48 degrees. But there's that sunshine coming back in time for Easter Sunday, and milder. Highs around 65. More on the full 7-day forecast in our next half hour. Despite the chilly weather and some sprinkles and clouds, still a good day to go fishing with your family and partners.
Was it?
Well, for those two it was, right? Right along
Lots
the
of
Detroit
folks
River.
yeah.
1-800-HANSON's proud sponsor of the Weather Wing.
Lots of folks enjoying a day off. Thanks so much, Andrew. Much more ahead here at 5:30. Here's Coco.
4 people who are colorblind tested out these glasses today in Ann Arbor.
It's like there's more colors.
We'll tell you more about the glasses and the experience the participants had.
Hanson's.
Whoa. No, there's nothing wrong with your TV. Imagine for a minute what life would be like, though, without the ability to see colors.
In fact, about 300 million people suffer from some degree of color blindness, but now there is new hope. A pair of glasses that can turn this into this. Today in Ann Arbor, 4 people got to see and experience color for the very first time.
The people we spoke to today had a hard time differentiating certain colors and said some colors that would be bright would seem dull. So they tried on these glasses today, hoping that would change.
First time here? Yes. Oh, okay. Welcome.
John Kobus helps run Le Bon Macaron Cafe in Ann Arbor.
The nougat is similar to chocolate.
It's filled with bright and colorful macaroons.
And we do the coffee and French sodas and lattes, and so it's a nice business to be in.
But Kobus always struggled to differentiate colors.
I've often thought my mother never taught me the different colors.
It turns out Kobus is actually colorblind, and he's not alone. Today, he and a group of people tested out a pair of Enchroma glasses in his shop, hoping to see colors vividly for the first time.
I hope it really works. I hope it's like, you know, kind of taking the blanket off.
When it was time to try on the glasses.
1, 2, 3.
Very few words uttered as they took in new shades and hues. Seeing colors pop on book pages.
The reds are really vibrant, and as well as the green.
Kobus can now see the true beauty of his macaroons.
Where the biggest thing is seeing the passion fruit here and then looking down here at the lighter colors.
It's a new experience for the group to finally see the full color spectrum.
It's like there's more colors.
I'm Coco McAvoy, Local 4.
That is fantastic. Local 4 News at 6 is next.
We're working on stories from Sterling Heights, Warren, and Metro Airport. Plus, most coyote sightings in Metro Detroit have been at a safe distance for humans. Well, not this time. We spoke with the woman who took this picture. And here's Sean.
All things Yzerman. As the captain comes home, fans are fired up.
To Gardner White. Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Is there a name that means more to Detroit sports fans? There have been captains before him and captains since, but only Steve Yzerman is known as the captain. He earned it by bringing the Stanley Cup home several times and building his legend over 22 years on the ice, wearing just one team's jersey. From the moment he retired, we had a feeling this day might come. Now, just like he did as an 18-year-old, Steve Yzerman is bringing new hope to a downtrodden Detroit hockey team. The captain is back, and he's running the Red Wings. We don't want to say we saw this coming, but from the moment Steve Yzerman was no longer the general manager in Tampa Bay, Detroit sports fans have known there's only one place the captain was headed, and that's home to Hockeytown.
You might say fans are on cloud 19 over the news of Yzerman becoming the Wings' new general manager. Sean Lay has been getting reaction from elated fans, but our team coverage here at 6 begins with our Jamie Edmonds. She's at LCA, and Jamie, what an exciting day.
Karen, this is the most exciting day that could happen to this Detroit Red Wings team. The captain, as you said, coming back in a different role, now general manager, a guy who's had a lot of success in that general manager role as well in Tampa Bay, hoping to bring a little bit of that here in Detroit. And he said today at the press conference, the work starts now.
Thank you. I really appreciate you all.
This was a long time coming. Steve Yzerman back with the Red Wings, this time as GM. He joked he thought he would have to wait a whole lot longer.
I thought Kenny was going to be the manager for X. Jim Nill's going to take over for Kenny. And, you know, I'm going to be 100 before I get to be the manager of the Red Wings. So
this moment made possible because former general manager Ken Holland decided to step aside.
It's a real exciting day for me to see Steve Yzerman come back where he belongs, back in Detroit with the Detroit Red Wings.
Holland stays on as senior vice president, and Yzerman says he will call on his friend and mentor often. But make no mistake, this is Stevie Y's team now, and he believes the future here is bright.
I think we're off to a tremendous start as you watch the team this year with the likes of Dylan Larkin, Anthony Mantha, Andreas Athanasiou, Tyler Bertuzzi, Philip Aronik. You have the foundation for a core there.
So he likes what the Red Wings have done, you know, right now. They have this great core of young guys, and he thinks the future is bright. He did say, pump the brakes a little bit, fans. It's going to take a while to get back to that Stanley Cup contending level, but he thinks he could do it. Now, of course, that press conference was packed with so many people, including former Red Wings, and I caught up recently with Henrik Zetterberg.
Obviously, it's a big day for a club, and you know, Stevie meant a lot for me during my playing years here, and obviously Ken meant even more for me. So it is a big day. It's a great day for our organization, and for me it was a pretty easy choice to come down.
He says that his playing time will not have any effect on his managerial skills. Do you agree?
No, I think when you play for that long and you had the success he had as a player, you learn so much that will reflect in his management job. So even though that he probably doesn't think that, you know, that definitely helps him.
There's a wonderful sense of family with this organization. It's why Henrik Zetterberg wanted to come back, and it's why Chris Draper, Darren McCarty, and all these people were here for this great moment. This feels like a game changer for this organization. We'll get more into that in sports, but Sean has been out on the streets talking to people. I'm guessing that excitement level is pretty high. Sean.
Big time, especially when they see a sign like that on Little Caesars Arena, Jamie. Welcome home to the captain. Look, I met a man out in Livonia today, John Yu. He owns a sports shop out there. He came here from China back in 1989 and says he has been married to the Red Wings ever since. So when the news broke today about the captain coming home, he was more than ready.
Best thing I heard so far this year.
Maybe no one is as excited about the return of Steve Yzerman to the Wings.
My phones have been off the hook, nonstop about Yzerman stuff.
As John Yu.
It should be a holiday today.
John owns the Pro Sports Zone in Livonia.
Man, this is the back in the days throwback.
When news broke about the captain this morning.
Brush my teeth, fix my hair, straight to the shop, and I've been busy since this morning when I got in here. It's just amazing.
He began stocking his racks.
Yep, we just put those out.
With all things Yzerman.
Standing cup, mini standing cup, signed by Yzerman.
John has been with the Wings since he first got here.
Come here in 1989 from China. I've been watching him play since the 90s up, and it's a roller coaster. It's like a marriage.
Now he's building a welcome home shrine to Stevie Y.
It's a welcome home party for Yzerman.
And all of Metro Detroit, all of Michigan is invited to this welcome home party.
Welcome home, Yzerman. The captain is back.
I love that. John holding the cup over his head now. He just sent me a text, John did, from his store in Livonia, saying he has sold so many number 19 jerseys today and taken more orders over the phone. He says people just want a piece of the excitement of what was really a big shot in the arm for the Red Wings today and going forward. Guys, back to you.
Oh, a day we have been waiting for so long. Thank you so much, Sean. We appreciate it. Take a look at this. People seeing this image all over downtown, from the Fox marquee to the scoreboard inside Comerica Park. It simply says, "Welcome home."
And I'll tell you, that looking at that sports shop makes me want to go get another Yzerman jersey. I bet a lot of people thinking the same thing. And right now, click on Detroit.com. You'll find everything Yzerman. You can watch the highlights from today's news conference or take a look back at the tribute video we made for him after the Wings won the Cup in 2002. Plus a fun story collecting fans' creative reactions on social media to the news of Yzerman returning home.
Well, it's a big holiday weekend with Passover and Easter, so we need to toss it over to Andrew to find out how the weather's going to shape up.
Yes, that's right. And so far we're looking at, well, we had quite a bit of rain earlier this morning, then a dry spell still lasting through right now across most of southeast Michigan. But as you take a look here, south of I-94, a few sprinkles returning here around Adrian, also portions of Monroe County. That is a sign of more rain to come, but not until later tonight with more widespread rain. I think we will still see some sprinkles start to enter into the area as we go over the next couple of hours. But this area of low pressure to our south, it steadily moves in our direction, bringing a shield of more widespread, heavier rain by later tonight, generally after 10 p.m. and toward midnight. And with a wind shift coming out of the northeast, there are flood concerns once again. Lakeshore flood advisory up already for Sanilac, St. Clair, and Monroe counties from now through much of Saturday. As you can see, as we go through tonight, we're looking at scattered sprinkles here and there between now and the start of tonight's baseball game. That's at 7 o'clock over at Comerica Park, but more widespread rain as we go toward midnight and certainly during the overnight hours. So what does that mean for the rest of Saturday? What about Easter Sunday? That part of your forecast in minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Andrew. Ahead of a busy travel weekend, a lithium battery caused quite a scare and longer wait times at a metro airport today. Bag caught fire at the security checkpoint in the North Terminal just before 3 this afternoon. You can see the burned spot in the center of your screen. Firefighters were able to quickly put it out, but passengers had to be moved to a second checkpoint. It may be another hour before the first is back open, so the TSA says travelers should expect longer wait times.
The search is on for the person responsible for dumping a dog at a landfill. This happened earlier this week in Salem Township. Sheriff's deputies say an English bulldog was left on a soaking wet dog bed with 2 containers of food and water. They believe the dog was deliberately abandoned there at the landfill. The dog is now in the care of the Huron Valley Humane Society.
A man wanted for murder in Georgia has been arrested for sex trafficking in Warren. Glen Hogan is facing charges of prostitution. Police say he left Georgia and was living in motels across Metro Detroit. They say he brought a woman with him and advertised sex services on the internet. Hogan remains behind bars until his arraignment on Monday. Police in Georgia plan to extradite him to face the homicide charge in their state.
Tonight we have answers about that mysterious white substance found in a Macomb County creek. Now we know it's concrete washout, likely improperly dumped by a company. As Nick Monticelli reports, the next step is figuring it out who dumped it.
Good evening. Here is the boom installed to try to catch some of that concrete substance that we now know was flowing down the creek and into the Plumbrook Creek as well. Now, the workers used a really thick rope and made this incredibly tight because they knew that with all the rain we got overnight, this water flow was going to be incredibly heavy. So this was designed to try to catch as much as it possibly could.
I don't like looking at these kind of pictures. I looked at this yesterday and said, you have got to be kidding.
They certainly are maddening to see, the photos of a mystery white substance floating in Macomb County creeks that we now know is concrete washout, the material left over when concrete is made. This was found by a resident yesterday hiking by the creek, and this area at 18 Mile Road and Mound in Sterling Heights is highly industrial, and the Macomb County Public Works Commissioner believes one of a few companies is to blame. When they figure out who,
we intend to send them the bill. So I don't think the taxpayers need to be paying for this.
Not only a bill for thousands of dollars, there could be state fines from the MDEQ.
So yes, they could fine them if they want to, if they feel that it's necessary. Or again, I mean, we really want the companies to understand exactly what they need to do.
Now there's a boom with a catch curtain in the creek to get all of that concrete washout from the water, because this is water that will end up in our homes.
All of this contamination, whether it's diesel oil or concrete wash or whatever people think they're putting into our drains, eventually finds its way out into the Clinton River, into Lake St. Clair. And by the way, folks, that is our drinking water supply. So we all have to be very cognizant.
In Sterling Heights, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
Still to come, boy, I'm sure glad I hit that pothole. Said no one ever.
Except this one guy whose life was in danger until he hit a big old road crater. We'll explain how it might have saved his life. But first, here's Coco McAvoy.
A Shelby Township family had an unexpected visitor at their back door. We'll tell you more about what happened and who visited them.